love the Senate, has been going against decades of tradition, violating his own principles, hiding a bill that impacts 1/6 of the U.S. economy, where millions of lives will be at stake. What are you hiding? We know why they're hiding. They're hiding because they're ashamed of the bill that they're putting together behind there. They know this is a bad bill. It has nothing to do with health care. It has everything to do with tax breaks for the rich.
By cutting out 23 million people out of health care, we are not only, I would call this malpractice from a business standpoint, but we are not making sure that everybody in this country has the opportunity to live up to their potential and drive the kind of growth that these Republicans say that they want to drive, the kind of economic growth. And that is the critical piece here. Okay, that is the critical piece. If we don't have a healthy populace, we will not drive economic growth.
That's right.
And that is the bottom line.
Once the ACA set in, I literally saw less patients in the ER. People were getting better. People were getting care as an outpatient clinic, and it was so much better. Please do not let us go backwards. I do not want to watch people get sick. I don't want to watch people not be able to get their medications. I don't want to be able to tell people that I can't see them. It just would be absolutely horrible. This bill will kill people. It absolutely will.
Obamacare has saved my life twice already. The first time, as a diabetic, for 2 years, I had to go without health care until they passed Obamacare. Let me tell you, the people in these white coats behind me, they saved my life. They did everything that they could. Every single day, I didn't know where my insulin was going to come from. And insulin costs a tremendous amount of money for something that I need to live every day of my life. And that's just to survive. That's not just getting good care.
Like I said, I've practiced family medicine, and I'm terrified by what the AHCA might mean for our patients. I finished residency training in 2010, before the Affordable Care Act was fully enacted. And a large proportion of the patients I saw in residency were suffering from ravages of chronic illness, uncontrolled diabetes, high blood pressure, untreated mental illness, autoimmune disease, remote trauma or addiction, and were often in the end stages of their disease. And almost always their common denominator was being without insurance. They'd had no access to routine preventive care, which could have mitigated some of these effects of chronic disease or prevented its progression. And thus they'd end up in the ER again and again because they were suffering. As I finished and entered practice in Chicago, I began to see patients who had expanded Medicaid, county care to begin with, and it was pretty much the best thing ever. Unbelievable that suddenly people who had worked full-time their entire lives but could never qualify for insurance could now turn to a primary care medical home for screenings, disease management, mental health care, in short, life-saving primary care that could keep them out of the hospital. And they could do this without fearing that a diagnosis could lead them to financial ruin or bankruptcy. As Medicaid expanded further in Illinois and I began to see fewer uninsured patients and more covered patients, I had hope that despite problems with the ACA, it had us on the right track to fixing an even more deeply flawed healthcare system, and I still do.
When the people we love are hurting, we should be able to focus all of our attention on getting them well. We should not be worrying about going bankrupt in the process. We should not be choosing between proper medical care and paying our mortgage. And we should never have to take half our meds so that we can also buy groceries. With all due respect to our glorious former First Lady Michelle Obama, we can no longer be that polite. We can no longer say when they go low, we go high. The stakes are now far too high for that. Our very lives are at risk. We must unite and speak with one loud and very clear voice. When they go low, we say no. After me. When they go low, we say no. When they go low, we say no. God bless everybody, and God bless the United States of America.
And when something isn't perfect, you work to make it better. You don't strip it away.
That's right.
So